edition of NARC Files, and this is a special episode, the Monster Edition. Alright, so this is NARC Files Part 8, y'all. Alright, so it is February 2nd, Monday, 2026. Alright, it is 11:03 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let me go ahead and put the Do Not Disturb on here. A lot of notifications. Alright guys, welcome to the show. Alright you guys, so for this episode we're going to cover Chihuahua. This is what I call her, Chihuahua, aka Unique. This bitch changes her name like 50-11 times. She changes her spiritual identity, her personality 50-11 times. You never know what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? She's like literally a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Right? So anyways, the name of her channel currently is called Unique Christed or whatever. So basically she has been crashing out, you know what I'm saying, going through a whole spiritual psychosis, divination psychosis, just all over the place. The reason why I'm doing this episode is I want to show people what happens when you starve people out of your energy, when you don't fuck with them, especially if you're a content creator, right? And let's say you've been harassed, cyber stalked, plagiarized, coordinated harassment, all that stuff that you're dealing with, cyber stalking, gang stalking. Let's say you're dealing with all of that, and you decide to pull your energy back. You call your energy back, you pull your energy back, keep up with your spiritual business, a lot of that, right? When you starve people out of energy and you don't post as much, these people will try to come out and talk shit and try to draw you out and this and that, or they ain't posting because they need you to participate in this digital world. You know what I'm saying? They need you to participate, they need you to play a certain role for them or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, this is what happens when you start people out of their energy and they're left with just themselves. They're all left with their own toxic energy. Nobody to play ball with, nobody to banter with. Basically, they're left in the middle of the fucking playground by themselves, holding the ball. Ain't nobody trying to play with their ass. You know what I'm saying? So actually, this individual ended up bringing me up out of nowhere. I noticed a lot of people been like low-key trying to entice me throughout, especially the first month of 2026. When I decided to leave people in 2025, I could see that they were trying to reach out to me telepathically, energetically. I could feel their energy all up on my page, all up on my YouTube channels, trying to see if I'm going to say something. They couldn't believe that I cut them off, and then when they realized I wasn't saying nothing to them, and I left them in 2025, they tried to mirror my energy, or they tried to do a reading to them. Now I'm going to show you guys the clip of when she mentioned me out of nowhere. Her, amongst a couple of other content creators, just want to kind of mention me because they low-key miss me. I don't fucking miss you bitches, but they low-key kind of miss you. You know what I'm saying? They need you to create, they need you to compare themselves to. They're fucking pathetic. But anyways, alright you guys, so this is like probably about a week ago or whatever. So because she noticed that because a lot of these bitches notice that I'm not posting, they keep coming on my page, and I can feel their energy. They have a spiritual odor. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They literally have a spiritual odor. Like literally, you can smell them. You know what I'm saying? It's rancid. You feel me? So you could tell, like, for at least for myself, like I could feel when people's energy. I can feel when people are in my energy. I can feel when people are on my platform trying to look, trying to gaze, like, oh, she not saying nothing, she not posting nothing. Like, bitch, why the fuck do you need me? You know, it's like they tell their audience that I'm this and that, and I'm so this and that, whatever, like that. I'm so evil, so dark, blah, blah, blah. But they keep coming over here to steal my ideas. They keep coming over here to steal my personality, my essence, whatever that I'm talking about, whatever shit I add upon. All of a sudden they go to their page and they act like they're upon the same thing. I'm just fucking tired of that shit, right? So I kind of put it on pause and fell back and just only putting out just small little doses and shit like that. So yeah, definitely starving bitches out of my energy. And I could see how all of them are all kind of like, they're all kind of breaking down. You could see what happens to people when you starve them out of your energy, and it's just like really fucking pathetic to watch. But anyhow, so she posts this up. Something told me to go look. Your entities because you're infested with entities. I hope you know that, but you probably don't. So they probably told you to come look at me. Nobody gives a fuck about tagging you. You're nobody to be scared of. I done dragged your ass so many times from last year. Like, your life keeps getting progressively worse. Nothing's happening. Nothing's changing. You don't even want your fucking kids. I feel like you're a danger to your kids. You don't even fucking want them. You lost them back in 2023 after you was fucking with me. And then you got them back last year and look how you acting now. See, when your kids was gone, you was happy because you was able to have free time to fucking harass people up and down YouTube. But the thing about these girls is that what I notice is what they all have in common is they don't have a handle on their real lives. Like in a real life, outside of the fucking internet, they don't have a handle on their own personal matters, on their own family matters, their financial matters, everything. They neglect a lot of things just so they can sit back and watch fucking tarot all day and go back and forth and banter with people who they don't even fucking know. Alright? This person right here, she is a tarot addict, and tarot addiction is a real thing, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about it on this channel. Tarot addiction is a real thing. This right here, what you're looking at, is a momster, okay? And she is a tarot addict. This bitch sit-ups all day, watch fucking tarot readings all day, thinking that they're telling her story. They're not. They're not. You cannot personalize a general reading. If you want a reading tailored just for your energy, then you need to get a reading for yourself. But see, these bitches will never get a reading for themselves. They just want to personalize and claim other people's messages by living vicariously through these general readings that they do here on YouTube. This is a person who did unsolicited readings on me, especially in 2024. She was trying to get all up in my business to try to find out. Actually, she tried to read on me and act like she was reading on Virgo, and I had clocked her for that back in September 2024, and I dragged that bitch for 3 hours straight. So she already know what it is. I don't know why these bitches be coming on here trying to act like they bad. You're not bad, bitch. You're not bad for nowhere, bitch. You're not bad for nowhere. You don't give a fuck, bitch. What are you talking about anyway? Like I just said, anyways, like I'm saying, so anyway, she was doing a reading on me and trying to figure out when I was going to get my settlement check and blah, blah, blah. You about to come into money and you need to come out more. This is what she said in the reading. She was like, oh, you need to come out more. You need to post more. People need your spiritual food. People need your spiritual messages. The whole time she's talking for herself. You know that, right? She's talking for herself the whole time. Oh, you need to come out. That's what they do. They sit there and they fucking harass you. They fucking plagiarize, do all this stupid shit, and then when you fall back, they start talking shit like, hello, you, where are you, Marco Polo, type shit. That's what that is. And they try to kiss your ass in a reading, but at the same time trying to draw you out by talking shit. Like, girl, I already know how this shit go. Anyway, like I say, so she go ahead and she posts this is like a week ago or whatever. It seemed like people just wanted to I could tell, like, when you do like spiritual self-defense work and you take care of yourself and you put your energy back, you ain't giving them shit, they'll start pop locking. You know what I'm saying? Bitches will start pop locking and all kind of shit. You feel me? So that's what she was doing. This is what happens when they start out of your energy. So she posts this. I only know of this Virgo reader from her subscriber being very buddy with an Aries reader. She's talking about Honey DuBois. Still harassing this girl. This girl is pregnant. She is with child. She's happily married. Congratulations to y'all, by the way. Congratulations on the marriage and the baby. Yeah, she's still fucking trying to harass this girl. This girl left her alone, dropped her, and look where she is now, and look where this bitch is. Still in the same spot, talking the same shit, and ain't about to do a motherfucking thing. Anyway, so this fucking gross sister ended up saying, I only know this Virgo reading. Virgo reader from her being a subscriber of and very buddy with an Aries reader who was trolling everyone. Something told me to go look. I'm not tagged. I wonder why. Bitch, please. You ain't no motherfucking thug. And I saw your live stream the other day. You was crashing out, and that's what we about to expose today, bitch. You can't even handle your daughter's bullies. Your daughter come to you saying she got bullied and shit like that. Why don't you go do that shit over there? Y'all always with this rah-rah shit, this extra spicy shit when you guys are online, but y'all never seem to do that in a real life. I bet your ass came to fucking bust a grape, bitch. You'll probably bust a fart before you bust a grape. You feel me? Like, girl, blah, blah, blah. really now. But anyways, yeah. Bitches really be acting like they thug. But you know what? It's just for flavor. Because she already know that I will come and cuss your ass. She already know that because I did that last year. I did that in 2023. I did that when she first came for me. I mean, I've been doing it. And when I don't say nothing to her and I don't do anything, this bitch will come out of nowhere and just start talking shit. But see, this is how she is. She mentally has a problem. A lot of the girls, almost all the girls that came for me, they all have some type of mental problem. Like really bad. Like they need intervention. You can go on my main channel, Urban Alchemistic, H.P.I.C, hashtag the Dexter of Brujas. You can go on there and you can take a scroll, and I have some of the videos up from when I had addressed it, especially this one if you want to watch this one right here. So she shares my video or whatever. I'm like, okay. Now, Spirit led me to come seek because whenever I have people in my energy, I already kind of know who it is. Because, like I said, they have a fucking spiritual odor, so I know who they are. And I always end up getting a confirmation like, oh, okay, that's why I'm seeing flies, or that's why I'm smelling this, and whatever. It's always, every time I see it, it's always the same type of people. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the clip of her crashing out. By the way, before I play this clip, she had just did this live stream yesterday, which would be February 1st, and you can literally see that. I just want you guys to see how menacing her look is, and I truly believe, like with the stuff that she's saying in the video, that she doesn't want her kids. She is a danger to her kids. I really feel like she's gonna be on a mugshot one day, and I really don't want to see that happen to those babies, because she do have some beautiful girls, but she's a fucking monster. And I want you guys to see the mental problem that she has. Check it out.
Because I told you, when I have a question, I go to God. I don't ask man. I go to God Hierophant, and I say, God, does the Hierophant have anything to do with Taurus? Does the Torah have anything to do with the sign of Taurus? And then I get fucking blown out the water. Because all these high priestess bitches, supposed, that are, not false and really who they say they are, they stay stuck on the same principality that the 3D world has put on a spiritual matter. And it sounds good and it looks good and everybody's saying the same thing. Yeah, I can admit, I thought that too. But what changed? The fact that I left room for newer discovery, which leads to newer growth. These bitches are saying shit like absolute on things that aren't absolute. The only time I will say absolute truth is when y'all see the Ace of Swords. Everything is not absolute truth. It is not an absolute truth that the sign of Taurus means that you are God, or of God, or a religious God. People want to sit here and ask me, how do you believe in God but you're spiritual? This is what I'm trying to break down. God himself, or herself, or the spirit of God, is source of everything that has been created. You can't even fathom that. So you're going to try to fathom how I can explain this and break it down to you. Based in judging off of religion, which was man-made, force-fed doctrine. And then you gotta break down what religious sector, what denomination, because everyone has lies. Catholicism has lies, Baptists have lies, Episcopalians have lies.
Interesting that she says this, because this bitch changes her spiritual persona every other couple of months. I'm telling you, all these bitches that come from me, they all literally have the same fucking problems, y'all. I swear to God. Now, when me and her was going back and forth, this was late 2022, 2023, around that time, she was mirroring my energy quite a bit, and a lot of these girls do this a lot on here. When I was saying I'm a female divine masculine, she starts saying it. When I say anything I'm saying, I got fire and air in my chart, I got fixed energy in my chart, she'll turn around and say, I mean everything that I would post, every video, every community post, she would come right behind me, and I would look just to make sure. She'd come right behind me and repeat the same thing that I'm saying, to try to paraphrase off I'm saying. So these bitches that be talking shit, they literally be wanting me to feed them, like to spoon feed them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she changes her persona. When I embrace my dark feminine, I say, I'm dark feminine, she starts saying, I'm dark feminine, I'm this. So anytime I'm embracing some part of myself, she tends to mirror that part, or tries to attempt to embody that energy, and it just doesn't go. So she changes up her shit every time. Like, she was talking shit about me doing candle magic, blah 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 blah, but here she was doing it in her community tab. When I was doing my videos, I was doing my candle magic and chill videos and stuff. For those of y'all who watch my main channel, I used to do a lot of candle magic and chill videos and stuff like that, whatever. All the time, do my botanical hauls. I've been doing this for a few years now, with the botanical hauls. That was something I created recently. But I was doing a lot of candle magic and chill around that time, and I would post them like 2 months, 3 months later, and I would sit back and watch the sparks fly, because I know that I'm protecting myself, I'm throwing the energy back. I'm sitting back watching it. So when I finally post the video up like 2 months, 3 months later, and then she'll come out of nowhere, she'll start trying to do a reading or start talking shit. But then the whole time though, okay, so in my candle magic and chill videos, I would show that how you can use oracle cards and tarot cards in your candle magic, and I would always put them up there and shit like that. So she watching my shit religiously. So while she criticizing me on doing candle magic or whatnot, I'll see her post on her community tab with candles, crystals, and tarot cards, just straight up jacking my shit. So that's what a lot of bitches do on here. They'll criticize something that I'm doing, try to downplay it, compete with it. When they realize that they can't compete with it, then they'll demonize it, and then they'll turn around and try to attempt to do it right afterwards once again. And it always it's the same type of it's like they all operate off of the same handbook. They all have spiritual psychosis. They all have these delusions of grandeur, just full of mere bombast. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's interesting how she's talking about religion, this, religion, that, because just recently she has a spiritual persona. She now she's trying to quote the Bible. She wasn't doing this 2-3 years ago. I'm telling y'all, I'm just telling you guys because I'm just sitting back watching this shit, right? So now her new persona is like the spiritual Christian route. Okay, cool. So she starts watching spiritual Christian readers. She starts quoting the Bible, getting into all of that. Because like I said, she switches up her spiritual persona every other couple months. She switches up her name every couple months. You got to pay attention to these bitches. When they keep switching up their names and shit like that, that's a sign. That's a sign that they scammy. That's a sign that they don't know who they are. They have a dissociative personality disorder, some type. You know what I'm saying? Like they keep switching up their spiritual persona based off of whoever that they targeting. Whoever the targeted individual is, that flavor of the week, they will literally cyberstalk and gang stalk that targeted individual and slowly try to become them. Whatever the targeted individual says as a rebuttal, they mirror that rebuttal, they regurgitate it right back at them. I've seen it. And all these girls that come for me on this platform, they all operate out the same handbook. They all got the same psychosis, different types. Nigga psychosis, spiritual psychosis, divination psychosis. Okay? So a lot of them have that, and they also have delusions of grandeur, full of mere bombast. You feel me? They really feel like they're more important than they really are, and they're very insecure. Whoever is their targeted individuals, that's who they try to mirror and model themselves and cloak under. So now she's doing the spiritual Christian thing. She wasn't doing that before. She changed her persona several times. Like I said, when I was embracing my dark feminine, all of a sudden she said she dark feminine. When I started all this stuff that they were saying that I was, when they were like, oh, you a dark witch, you this, that, I was like, thank you. And I started to embrace it. Like, yeah, I ain't scared of it. I transmute those accusations and I embrace myself even more. When they see me embrace myself in all its splendor, they like, ooh, okay, I gotta mirror that. So basically, bitch, you want me to fucking teach you like everybody else does. Anyhow, so now she's up here trying to denounce all this shit. First, you were going the spiritual Christian route. You started, listening to a lot of spiritual Christian type of readers, because we have different type of readers for different types of beliefs or whatever. That's fine. So, so she's sitting back watching all of them, quoting Bible verses, trying to cloak up underneath these different readers' energies, and she's realizing it's not working for her. Anytime these fake ass fucking persona changes don't work for her, and it's not a smooth transition, then she starts to rail up, which is what you're gonna end up seeing her do in this video right here. I have a clip of her. This is a video that came out yesterday. Okay, today's February 2nd. This one is from February 1st, and she came out with this video, and this bitch just a fucking rail up and shit. And then you can look. I just want you guys to pay attention, right? I want you guys to look, and I want you guys to see what it's like when somebody's having a spiritual psychosis. I also want you guys to see what happens, what's the adverse reactions when you starve somebody out of your energy. You no longer make them relevant in your world. I left all these stupid ass bitches in 2025. I'm doing these documentaries to bring awareness and to kind of document what these girls are doing, okay? Because a lot of them, they all operate out the same handbook. That's what I'm noticing about all these girls. They literally all have the same freaking mental problem. They disassociate from a lot of the things that they do, and they try to mirror the targeted individual until they try to become the targeted individual. Okay, if the target individual dares to speak out about it, they'll false flag them or report them, get other people to join in on it, in something that I learned called coordinated harassment. Okay, they all coordinate a time to come and routinely check your channels and your platform and to see what you're talking about, false flagging you just to get you to stop, because they can't debunk what you say. They can't debunk shit. This person, she can't debunk shit. Everything about her is smoke and mirrors. I remember she tagged me in a video talking about I'll clear up the smoke and mirrors, and then she lied within the first 54 seconds, because I counted. She lied. This bitch lied the first 54 seconds, wasn't even a minute past, and this bitch was lying. So that's why you don't pay any mind to people like this, because she has been in the same energy for years. She's stuck in a loop, and I'm going to show you guys how these people are stuck in a loop. Now, I want you to pay attention to her body language. I want you to pay attention to where her eyes go. She has a very menacing look. She's looking off. She can't even look into the camera directly, which means the type of person she is, she can't look at you in her face. You could tell that she is socially awkward, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you could tell she's one of those people that will sit there and talk a whole bunch of shit online and harass people, bully people, all this other shit. But in real life, she a punk ass fucking bitch, and she can't even stand up to bitches that are bullying her daughter. Like, bitch, get that girl's mama, and y'all need to, da 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 da. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, talk it out, duke it out, whatever the fuck you got to do, because you busy doing all this shit on YouTube instead of handling your fucking business. But that's the thing. These bitches don't know how to handle their fucking business. That's the motherfucking thing right there. So they don't know how to fucking handle their business, their personal business. So they take it out on random strangers on the internet. People that are talented in them, people that have their shit together mentally, socially, emotionally. So anyway, pay attention to her body language and the things that she's saying. Notice how these girls constantly contradict themselves. They'll say that they're against certain things because they don't like a certain person and they're jealous of them. But then weeks later, months later, they will take on the same persona and the same talking points, epiphanies, reasonings, personality traits, mannerisms as the targeted individual. They'll completely wash their canvas clean and just start collecting. It's basically like a copy and paste of all their targeted individuals. They try to collect everybody's persona. You feel me? So I want you guys to pay attention to that part. Pay attention to her body language, the things she's saying, how hypocritical and how much these girls constantly contradict themselves. I'm telling you, they contradict themselves on a monthly and weekly basis. This is kind of like something that a psychiatrist, psychologist, a mental health professional, this is a good case study for you guys to listen to. I'm going to put in the tag so you guys can see what happens in the spiritual community when people have a spiritual psychosis, when they cannot handle the physical world and they're always in the spiritual world. When you're always in the spiritual world 24/7, it could drive you crazy. You could really get shit fucked up. You don't even know what messages you're getting. You're leaving yourself open. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. So this is something that anybody can watch. If you're watching tarot, I want you to watch this video. Do not end up like this person. You understand what I'm saying? Medical professionals, watch this video and see what happens in the spiritual community, in the tarot community, when people have lost their minds, when people when people spiritual bypass and don't prioritize their mental health, don't prioritize their children, don't prioritize the things that are going on in their lives, in their personal lives. I feel like this person is a danger to people, a danger to children. She don't want her motherfucking kids. I'm gonna tell you that motherfucking much. But yeah, so let's go ahead and continue. I want y'all to watch this video. Hold on.
No religious denomination even matches up with God. They all say something different about the same God. So when I try to tell you, this is why I got into spirituality, high priestess, because this doesn't resonate with me, but I know there is something higher than this. Here comes the Hierophant God to the high priestess, and we meet in the middle. This is why God is my right hand, because God said that's what it's supposed to do. That's why you move to spirituality. And I said this to y'all. Spirituality is the getting to knowing, the one-to-one, the person with God. That is what makes you spiritual. So then why do you talk about religion? Because that is what people understand. And if I'm trying to bring God's people to God, I have to go to God's people. Hierophant. And then I got to break down the Hierophant. What is that? Who God really is. And then others who are like me then get up, Then they go from religion, where I was just at with them, talking about it, over to spirituality, high priestess. Now you're spiritual. Because there was an inner knowing when the two became one. That's the divine union. Everybody don't get that. So that is why when people be like, I'm chosen, I'm the real one, I'm this and that, they're usually lying. Because I won't ever say that. Even with all these facts in front of me, that I'm getting some from some fucking Pokemon cards, as people call them. They like to fucking literally, deliberately attack the tool that's exposing them by calling something other than... You see how petty people can be when the truth starts coming out? When their lie or fraud and all these other things get fucking ripped to shreds? You should not point fingers if you don't have information. You should not worry about somebody else's house if your house is not protected. You should not try to fuck up somebody's foundation. If you yourself cannot say that you have put as much time as you have seen them put into this. You gotta know something ain't adding up. Well, I'm not doing half of the shit she's doing. So why the fuck do I think I can top her? You think what? You're just gonna magically poop and be better than me? See, y'all wanna be better than what is. I don't choose to be better than nobody. I just am who I am, and I see that nobody around me is like me. Does that mean I'm better than? If I put my ego in there, I am the sun. I am the center of attention. I should be the center of everybody's attention. But if I'm giving out good, that doesn't even make sense. How the fuck am I the enemy, too? See, I'm good when a motherfucker can get something out of me, and I'm not when they can't. That's the story of my life. That's the story because I didn't before, and I was crossed. So if you guys think you're going to try to come up over here, and you ain't going to get beat with some type of stick, go ahead. The stick here is judgment and karma, and your life is going to suffer. And if you keep going against God's warnings to leave me the fuck alone, because these people out here don't believe me, they keep wanting to play with me too. God is like, anybody can get it. Who wants it? There's at least 6 people that is about to get some fucking harsh, real bad karma. Because they came up against me. And I was here to help them. So, you didn't want the help, you could have just denied and walked.
Alright, you guys, so the next clip I'm about to show you guys is her on her live stream yesterday, which was February 1st, talking about, you could tell by the way how she's talking about it, that she really don't give a fuck, but basically she was talking about how her daughter got hit, which I believe that she did it on purpose, because of the way how she is explaining it, not taking accountability for it. I'm gonna let you guys hear the clip, but I just want to preface this by saying she is dangerous for her kids. You could tell she really don't want her kids. If she had it her way, like how it was before when she didn't have her kids around, she would like to just have it just be herself, so that she can have time to cyber stalk and harass other people online, and play this guru that she's not. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna go into a story. I'm gonna let you listen to some audio clips that I recorded, and this is her basically saying that her daughter tried to come inside of the door, and what I believe is that she closed the door while she was trying to open it, hitting the girl on the forehead with the doorknob. So these are just little things that you have to pay attention to when a person like that is telling their story. You can kind of see. I'll let you guys hear it for yourself.
Once it get loud, I'm gonna get loud. The kids are screaming, "Could you please stop?" Mother, you're yelling at your kids. Bitch, I ain't hitting them. Shit, can I talk to my fucking kids? Fuck, can I do that? Or must I submit to my children too? Get the fuck out of here. So with that being said, so she's knocking on the door, all crazy. And I'm sitting right here, and I'm like, hold on 1 second. You guys hear me saying, 1 second, hold on, I'm coming, right? Why are you yelling at her? Because there's 2 other children out there besides the one knocking on the door that are screaming. She's standing there, but I'm in here. They're loud, so I must be louder than the noise. Okay, if I gotta break it down. Okay, I have 3 kids, not just 1. So, I'm knowing my situation and environment when I'm dealing with my children in it. The fuck? So, anyways, I said, hold on. She said, okay. She had her hand on the doorknob. And that's why I say, hold on. Because with y'all, when we be on here and I be doing the lives and she knocks and then she just opens the door, I'm like, hello. It's not because we're live. It's because that's common courtesy. You don't just open anybody's door and walk in anywhere. And especially not your parents' room. Because as a child has a room, a parent has a room for a reason. And it doesn't even matter if anybody else is in it or not. It's just the separation and privacy of space. You gotta set the boundary.
Girl, okay, so I guess she mad because her daughter, maybe her oldest daughter, keep opening the door while she live. Maybe she wants you to get off the fucking computer or get off your phone, bitch. Maybe she wants to know why you keep spending so much time online. I don't know where she at. It sounds like she live in a transitional home with other women and kids. I'm not too sure, but that's what it sounds like. But I don't know. Maybe it's one of those kind of transitional homes or like apartments for moms and kids, something like that. Like I don't know how they do it out there, but it seemed like she mad because her daughter is opening up the door and she like, I need my privacy. Bitch, you were without your kids for 3 years, So basically, you don't really like being a parent, and whatever. Nobody's perfect as a parent. I'm not, whatever. But what I'm saying is that bitch, you had your kids taken away in 2023, and you were making yourself seem like you were the mom of the year. You post all this stuff. Oh, I'm doing this for my kids and that. Performing per usual. And then now you're complaining about them busting in on you while you're live. Maybe you need to get off the computer because you on YouTube all day, every day. You make posts every hour. You make a live stream every couple hours. I mean, I looked at her page and she went live like 4 or 5 times in one day, and each of the lives were over 2 hours. That's way too much time. But you up here getting mad at this girl because she wants you to get off the damn computer. Girl.
When they are. Now, these motherfuckers out here don't do that shit. No. Probably having motherfuckers in the living room while they getting it on in the bedroom with door wide open. Doors closed, so they think everything's safe, so they in there acting like wild fucking animals. Child still awake on the couch. Next thing you know, the child's walking around.
Yeah, it sound like a transitional home to me. It sound like she either lived with family that already got kids, or she in some type of transitional home or some shit.
And you're like, what the fuck is going on? She's not in the same room. Well, bitch, is she asleep? Sorry. So now I gotta deal with shit like that too. What the fuck are you doing? Where did you get that from? Cause that shit ain't going on here. People want to talk about how I parent my children, how I talk to them. What the fuck? You don't even care what you do around them, what they hear. You gonna talk to me about what they hear from me? Shit like that. These are people that talk about my parenting. And that can be backed up, I'm too sure. That can surely be backed up. I don't know how I'm so sure, but maybe he's in his feelings and he's talking shit. Bitch,
you just got his kids back, what, last
You don't say shit to me when I say it. Not in court, nowhere else. Every single time I get out in here, you coming out my casa. Mr. Big Dog. Fucking crazy. Get the fuck out of here. So anyways, the point I'm proving, she's knocking on the door. And like, with my door, it has the,
that's because her
when
ass
you have
is
like
yelling.
babies,
That's probably why they're not
they're
gonna
like plastic other knob. It's like a door lock, but it's not a lock. It's like the cabinets. When you have babies, they have those things, so like they can't just open the cabinet. So that was the first line of, because the door doesn't have a lock on it. Most doors have locks on them. So I put like the little, thing on it. I'll show y'all another day. You know what I'm talking about? The moms and the parents that care about privacy and safety for their. That's how I can hear her coming in the door. And I was like, hold on, I'm coming. And I heard her hand come off of it. So then she's running around. And I'm like, I'm coming now. And then as soon as she's at the door with her hand on it, and I open the door. So she gets hit in the head by the doorknob. Because she's literally at the same height as the doorknob.
Oh my God, her daughter got hurt. Oh my goodness. Wow. So she must have opened up the door and it hit the girl. You see? All because you want to be on live watching tarot readings, doing shit all day. Like, girl, I can't believe you hurt that child. Wow.
But when I got up and I'm saying, hold on, I couldn't hear that she's actually coming in. And I'm not thinking she's coming in because I said, hold on, I'm coming. So
I think that girl tried to open the door and she jerked it back and it hit that little girl. That's what happened.
two things happening at the same time. I'm trying to go out the door, she's trying to come in the door is opening. No mistake. Now, on top of that, the kids are all screaming. Can't nobody hear what I'm saying. I can't even hear that she's at the door because the other two are screaming in the other room. Now, she goes to school tomorrow, right? And if I don't do something like this, the girl got a bruise on her forehead or not on her forehead. Right?
That's not gonna look good, girl.
Yeah, I'd like to file a report. Hello, I'm here.
Remember that story about that lady? Remember that lady that put her niece and her nephew, she killed him and she put him in the back of the truck? That's what this bitch is like. That's what she is. She probably stayed with other people. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed to me that she was probably stuck in her room, not interacting with her kids, not doing nothing with her kids. And she up there watching tarot readings, doing live streams, doing all this shit or whatever. Whenever these kids want to come in the room to go see what she, to go check on her because they bored or whatever the case is. I think that the girl tried to open the door and she jerked the door back. That's what I think. Now the girl got a bruise on her head. Now she's sent to school. Bitch, you just got your kids back. She got her kids taken away in early 2023. I think she got them back maybe in like late 2024 or maybe 2025. But yeah, I think she got her kids back in 2025. And look at you now, already struggling. Already. That's crazy.
So you see why I gotta put myself on here like that? Because every little fucking thing I'm supposed to be able to stop. Kids get a scratch outside in school. Someone else comes to the house and want to be a fucking helicopter in my life. Where did that come from? I don't know. Literally.
I mean,
I see them from 7 to fucking 8:30 and fucking 5 to 7 when they go to bed. So you need to stop looking at me. Go over there. You know? Like, if I see something, I'm acknowledging it. So then tonight, I was like, whatever. I wasn't even thinking about it because I was just gonna like write a letter to the teacher, and it's crazy that I gotta do that because she can speak for herself. But you know, so I was thinking about writing a letter, and it's crazy I even gotta think about this. A normal child accident, they're not paying attention and hitting their house, right? You know, when she's clumsy as hell, she'll be walking around and bumping into walls, and they're right there. It's not my fault either. But I'm just saying, kids are kids, especially y'all here, mine. Shit, and given the situation. And all the things that are going on, y'all want to stay on life a little bit harder. So when I'm supposed to be in the living room like this, like a security guard, sit down, please, be careful. Please, don't touch it. Please. I'm not living like that.
You just
People don't think about the after effect of the trauma when motherfuckers outside of the person created it. Now I gotta sit here and clean up all the pieces and can't allow my children to have the natural enjoyment in life because I gotta live in fear that somebody's gonna come in and take them away again because they're just being kids. So I learned about accountability. And I had that in my brain, and that's why I said, okay, we gotta do things differently this time around. So that means get in front of the problem. And I'm like, I didn't even see a problem to get in front of, but accountability. That's the biggest thing with a parent. So okay, I'm gonna take accountability. So I said, in my brain, I'm gonna write a letter to her teacher. Just say, Caitlin had a running with the door. I was like, I don't know if that sounds good. But I was like, oh, how do you say this? She can say it better than I can write the letter to her. So I'm just gonna tell her what the fuck I'm gonna ask her. Should I write this letter? I don't know what I'm writing. Like literally, because this is crazy. So she'll tell me, whatever. And I had the thought, I let it go. I didn't even think about it again. She didn't even think about it. From the time that it happened, which was when you all heard me like, hold on a second. And I was like, oh shit, you didn't tell me you was right there. It's probably on live. So that was that. And I was like, whatever. I was like, oh shit, that doesn't look good. You know, we put ice on it, whatever. It's fine. It's not even that bad. But she is at the age where she has like.
Well, it sounded like she should have kept her stinky legs closed and not fuck for Mick D. That's what it sounded like to me. So you should never had that additional child. Beautiful kids. They're beautiful girls, by the way. But if you'd have known better, they would have been born to other parents. You should have never had no fucking kids in if you want free time. They didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't ask my daughter. I know exactly how my daughter got here. I know the birds and the bees and how babies get here. We all know about the birds and the bees. So she's one of those moms that be like, you know, that really don't care for their kids. Just like when her kids got taken away the first time, she didn't really give a fuck. She was happy she had more time to herself so that she could continue doing readings and harass people and all that stuff. The first time what happened, I sat back and I watched it on live. Okay? Well, I mean, after the fact. I didn't see it, you know, but I watched the replay of it live when she got a kids taken away. That was January of 2023. Exactly 3 years ago. I sat back and I watched it. I said, so this is what happened because she kept fucking with me. And I told her to take her video down or whatever. She didn't want to listen, whatever. So but then when her kids got taken away, it was like, she still kept going on. It was just like, good. I'm glad they're gone. Because now I have more time to fuck with y'all here. You know what I'm saying? And then she fucked around and got pregnant again. How the fuck you get your two kids taken away and you up there making baby number 3? You done did all this to yourself. Okay? She probably had postpartum depression or something like that. Maybe she seemed like the type that would be that way. But these are the same type of women that'll pop up pregnant every year. Every 2 years they're pregnant. They're always fucking pregnant. Dashiki. That's what she is. She's a dashiki. Dashiki was born pregnant. It just seemed like she don't want to be a mom. All that stuff she was doing online. Oh, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my babies back. And that was bullshit. Bullshit. As soon as you got your kids back, I knew you weren't going to last, bitch. You got your kids back, 2024, you still want to fuck around with people. You got your house burned down. Like, your apartment complex burnt down. You probably burned some damn candles talking about, I'm going to do it by the time I send a ritual on these karmic raiders. So I know I was on the list and other girls, you know, whoever else, and you got your shit burnt down. So now,
now, now it's like, girl, it just seemed like just one thing after another, girl. And when her house burned down, that baby, the youngest child she had, there was a baby, a baby, like a couple months old, probably not even a year old. So, girl, this girl's a fucking mess. She don't want her kids, and I hope that those kids do get taken away from her, because I feel like she is dangerous for them kids. I feel like she will. I think that if her kids are taken away, she won't give a motherfuck. She was only doing that shit just to look good. But I knew that when she got her kids, like I said, this bitch ain't gonna last. Because even when she was pregnant, that bitch was still running her mouth online, still fucking with people, still watching terror. Like, she literally has an addiction, and she has a severe mental problem. And one of these fine days, I'm not waiting on it, but one of these fine days, she's gonna end up hurting her kids. And it's not going to be good. You understand what I'm saying? She's going to end up hurting them babies, especially the youngest one. So I hope for the sake of those kids, and I'm not just saying this because I don't like her ass, but I'm hoping for the sake of her children that they get them kids away from her ass. Because the way how she was looking in that video, honey, she seems like the mommy dearest type. She seems like the type that'll sit there and dote on her kids on social media and make it like she's mommy of the year. But behind closed doors, when she clicked that X on the right hand of that screen, she turns into like, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. That's why I feel like she is, like that mommy dearest type of shit. You know what I'm saying? A complete monster in private, behind closed doors. Yeah, that's just why I think, like, wow, you're doing a live stream talking. Anytime these girls be sitting there talking about their kids that way, and I'm no perfect parent, nobody is, but you will never catch me online talking no shit like that. You're the one that fucking brought them here. Close your fucking legs in, bitch. Use contraceptives. There's so many things you didn't have to get pregnant. You didn't have to have any of those kids, especially the last one that you had. Because if I had my kids taken away, the last thing I want to do is fuck and make another baby again. Why the fuck would I want to do that? She just wants to be able to not have her kids anymore. I could literally see this bitch on the news too. I could see her on the news with a damn mugshot, with that nasty, menacing look on her freaking face, looking like her and the fucking Hendersons. I could see her, and it's just not gonna be good. I would hate to see them girls be another news story. It would really break my heart, and it would piss me the fuck off. That would be the day I go live and be like, I told you, motherfuckers, I told y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that day to come. You know what I'm saying? I just hope they can get them kids away from her ass. She is dangerous. All these girls that be on here, that be coming for me, and people like me, they all got some severe mental issues, severely. And the only reason why other people are supporting them is because they got severe mental issues too. None of them come off as normal. None of them look like they want to be bothered with their kids. That's sad. That's really sad. Like, but I don't know. I don't know. I just think that she's dangerous for kids. She really don't want them. You got them back. You acted like you wanted them back. You got them back, and it's like nothing made her get off of YouTube. When she got her kids taken away the first time, then when she got pregnant, she was still going out. And then after she had her baby, I said, okay, good. Maybe she can stop posting and she can get off of social media for a while, focus on her newborn baby. Nope, she didn't do that either. She was picking on that girl, Honey DuBois, just picking on her. Would not let up. Still running her mouth, watching other readers, talking shit about them, doing readings on them, doing readings on me, all kinds of stuff. And her life just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. She's stupid. She don't get it. And then their kids suffer. That's how I know these people don't believe in the shit that they say, is because if you truly did believe, you would not be fucking around with people, because you would be like, damn, I don't want no shit to go on me. I'm not gonna go after this person because she didn't do nothing to me, and I don't want it to come back on me, and I get hurt, my kids get hurt. They don't give a fuck about their kids. They don't care about their kids. They don't care about their family. When you go after random people on the internet, you don't know what the fuck they got with them that's protecting them. You know what I'm saying? So when you do stuff like that, I feel like you don't give a fuck about your kids. You don't care about your husband if you got one. You don't care about your kids. You don't care about any of your loved ones, because you don't even think, like, if I go at this person, if I do spell work on this person, if I evil eye this person and come after this person, what's gonna happen to me? Then what? What's gonna happen to me? And if it doesn't happen to me, what if it happens to my kids, my grandkids? So that should make you stop in your tracks right there and be like, you know what? I'm not gonna even do all that, because I don't want my people to suffer. You don't see me going around trying to fuck with people the way how these bitches fuck with me, because I wouldn't want my daughter to pay for what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? She didn't ask to be here, so why would I make it even more fucking worse by doing some shit, doing unjustified shit towards people, and one of my loved ones just drop dead because of what I did? These people don't think about that, because they don't give a fuck. Look at Crunchwrap. That bitch don't give a fuck if she lose another kid, lose her husband. She might end up losing her mind after that, but she didn't care, and she went right back at it again. Like, oh well, one down, 3 more to go. They don't give a fuck. That's how I look at it. Because I would never go after somebody that didn't deserve it, and then have to worry about the consequences. Oh, I'll just do a ritual. It's okay. Just putting a band-aid on the stab wound. Oh, I'll just do a ritual and do a couple of mantras, and the deities will forget about what I did. They'll just turn a blind eye. It's okay. I'll just give them some offerings, and they'll shut up. Okay, girl. Yeah, so just keep thinking that. You just keep thinking that, girl. And watch how shit gonna really crumble. I'm telling you, her kids are gonna get taken away from her very, very soon. And if it doesn't happen right away, something else is gonna happen. Because that girl, her oldest daughter, she's old enough to have her own opinions. And when she starts really telling her mother about herself, that girl gonna try to whoop her ass, and she gonna hurt that girl. That's what's gonna happen. That girl's gonna be outspoken. These kids are smart. They're outspoken as hell. And that girl is old enough. I believe maybe between 10 and 13. So that girl is old enough to be like, Mom, what are you doing? Like, you know these kids are, like, they're gonna tell you about your fucking self. So you might get mad enough that she tells you about yourself that you might end up hurting that little girl. So I feel like, yeah, they need to get them kids away before she ends up being another mugshot on the news.
Bitches be
stiffer than a dick pic. My dick in the bag, my bitch is the one.
Drag you into hell with big kind. Because you were both living and dead. Trapped between life and afterlife.
You trying to say this crazy shit, this me walking around like a corpse could happen for the rest of my life? Your life is over.
He greets his father with his
Yo, what up, my little jizz stain? It's your girl, la la la, urban alchemistic. Gather close, because tonight we're telling a scary story, one that's a little too real. I call this one The Reckoning of Momster. Our story begins with a toxic woman who I call the Momster, a self-proclaimed spiritual guru, obsessed with tarot cards and building her online empire. By day, she'd preach love, light, and high vibrations to her followers. She'd pull a card, look into the camera with those big, earnest eyes, and say things like, "The universe wants you to release all negativity, protect your energy." But when the sun went down and the glow of her ring light was the only thing illuminating her face, a different kind of energy emerged. Momster was the ringleader of a nasty little online clique, a pack of spiritual hyenas who would find smaller creators, people just trying to share their light, and they would tear them apart. They'd mass report their accounts, fill their comments with poison, and send vile messages, all while hiding behind a veil of faux spiritual superiority. They called it holding people accountable. I call it what it was, a witch hunt. Momster thought she was untouchable. She believed her daily tarot pulls were a shield, that her crystals could absorb all the negative karma she was putting out. She was wrong. One rainy Tuesday, Momster woke up, but not in her bed. The air was cold, damp. She was strapped to a chair in a dark, concrete room. A single spotlight hummed above her head, illuminating a table in front of her. On it sat a deck of tarot cards, impossibly old, and a laptop, glowing with her own social media page. That's when my voice echoed from an intercom on the wall. "Hello, Momster. I want to play a game." Her eyes darted around the room, wide with terror. This wasn't a space for love and light. This was a place for consequences. "Welcome to my reckoning room. For years," I said, "you've used these cards to justify your cruelty. You've judged, condemned, and bullied others, all while claiming to be a spiritual guide. Tonight, the cards will judge you. The rules are simple. You will pull one card. This deck, it doesn't just predict the future, it delivers it. If you pull the Tower, the room will crumble. The Empress, you'll be swarmed by the very pests you called your targets. And if you pull Justice, well, justice can be a real monster, can't it?" Her hand trembled as she reached for the deck. This is a PSA, a forewarning for all of you out there who think you can hide your darkness behind a spiritual mask. The universe is always watching. Karma isn't just a concept. Sometimes it's a reckoning. And for people like Momster, the game is just beginning. Sweet dreams. Momster pulls out the High Priestess card. Ah, you would always say you were the highest priestess, correct? Let's see how high you can go. Urban Alchemistic presses the big red button. Momster is grabbed by shadow people and placed on a contraption that will take her high into the ceiling. When Momster noticed there were sharp spikes on the ceiling, she squealed in horror. She body raised all the way up to the spikes, where she is gushing crimson liquid, spilling and splashing. The contraction then violently slams down to the ground. leaving the mobster to be no more. Urban Alchemistic files her red nails, reading a magazine while looking through her surveillance room. She is celebrating with her assistant Lucia. They toasted to a glass of mimosa with grapes, strawberries, and various cheeses on a silver platter. This is the best Halloween party ever, my G. She claps and instantly strobe lights in a party atmosphere now takes over her surveillance room. She is a live DJ, and all her assistants for the reckoning room, enjoying themselves for the right duration of the night. The end. Happy Halloween, motherfuckers.
I used to be that little kid, now I am the grown up. Think my life did so rough. Skinny nigga did that talent, but never have no love.
Frame in the cemetery, the tombstone set from your birthday to 2020 under your name. Boy, we just get shoot up, guys, man, we not get too fuck. Me love it when them young and group up. The boy them soft, like the pillow them in the eye. Tell her who look like fruit in a fruit cup. Boy gone in a mug, but not because of no virus. Him gone in a the mug because the pussy tried out Trinidad. Bad man never mind us, bad man can't stop my bus. Rifle